This is the most Xenoblade Chronicles thing to have ever happened to me. So let me paint the picture. Shulk, Ricky Dumban just built up the party gauge, and I'm thinking to myself, awesome, time for a chain attack. But wait, did he just skip Ricky? Yeah, it turns out Ricky just activated bedtime like 5 seconds before I did the chain attack, rendering him completely obsolete throughout this entire chain attack, just taking a nice little snooze. But it's okay, because Dunban and Shulk keep tag teaming, they keep passing it back one another, they keep getting off these insane attacks. They both have their talent arts ready. They are anime AF. They are Mario and Luigi doing the advanced spin bros technique, just locking arms and doing a big old pain tornado with the enemies. Meanwhile, Ricky is sleeping during all of it. And so if it wasn't bad enough that Ricky was sleeping through literally all of that and woke up the minute Dunban and Shulk ended their attack.
Victory to Ricky!
Of course, he takes all the credit for the fight, and everyone else acknowledges that yes, Ricky, you are the MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, Xenoblade Chronicles. So, hey everyone, ArchTalko here, welcoming you to a very special episode of Xenoblade. Xenoblade, the lost episode, if you will. Because what you're watching now is stuff that I forgot to include or simply didn't feel like showing off in part 50, with a little twist, a little lemony twist. Usually takes me a few takes to record any side quest vid, because despite all the practice runs and the outlining, a lot of stuff just ends up going wrong between me messing up the explanations for stuff for just doing things in the wrong order. But this case was different, because on top of all my usual bumbling around and being a big ol' goob, I had OBS setting issues where my computer defaulted to its default recording settings, which made all the footage look super artifacty and just really gross looking. My computer froze multiple times, a la part 49, and there was one case where I lost about 2 hours of progress, which was very fun because I hadn't saved at all. So there were a lot of amazing moments that happened during all these failed playthroughs, and I was so sad that I didn't get to include any for like the final part 50 recording. So this is kind of my compromise, with showing a couple of those plus some bonus stuff that I just failed to do. So right here, we've been going over some different locations. This case, Lulu's Church, I almost call it Lulu's Kirch, is a place that is a landmark, so very useful for the future because we will be going there at some point, but having it as that landmark will be pretty useful for later on. Now, where we're going right now, we're kind of at the northern part of the first floor of Valak Mountain. And right here, by Honest Right Elbow, we actually got a little sneak peek of this place when Melly was having some good old ice physics fun and launching herself all over the place in large handcuffs. Valak Mountain, I am absolutely king shaming you. But hey! So says Alexis, you need this guy for Monster Quest 4 for Valak Mountain. I did remember to do this my very first time recording Valak Mountain. I just forgot to do it for the official recording for part 50. But you can always find one south of Hollowbone during the daytime. Not too bad. So, remember how Kana Peak Slope was super steep? I always feel like you can climb up that, but you can't, and it makes me very sad. And that's all I wanted to show for that. But also, there's this Nopon that's hanging out by that torch right in front of the entrance to Hollowbone. And if you talk to them, I think this is one of, if not the only time, that talking to just a regular unnamed NPC gives you this little mini cutscene. Zooms out, shows you the entrance to Hollowbone. So, I mean, it's not super interesting, but it is really unique, and I never showed that off, so yeah, I don't know. If there are any other NPCs that do stuff, like, definitely let me know, because I'm actually really interested. Now, during these episodes, I also died to Barbaric Citry a lot. Yeah, my high-pitched screams were not just for show for me doing that the first time through, okay? It took me a while to beat these guys, and even like with Bank of Vossigo, again, this guy, I feel like he's not super hard, but attacks like Big Downswipe, they hit like a truck, not a tank. Don't know where that phrase came from during the recording. And this one specifically, man, I honestly thought I had it in the bag. Like, I thought I was like getting super flashy. I was gonna set up for the topple, and then I was gonna do the good old Blossom Dance. But as you'll see, things don't quite go according to plan. Especially when Melly still had summon Aqua out. Yeah, that was the one thing that I regret actually putting on her. But yeah, like right here, we're doing great damage output, but it wasn't quite enough. Although Charla, if you had just dazed him, we could have avoided that entire situation. Anyway though, right there, that was the start of the I can't believe Melia is fucking dead joke. I mean, it's true though. I can't believe she's fucking dead. Let it be known too that the very first time I went through the Valak Mountain fun slide of death and goodness, I did it first try. So maybe it's just Ryan. Maybe because he's so girthy, he just had that extra momentum that kind of helped carry him forward a bit more before losing speed. Hey, what do I know? Now this next clip is great because immediately after we turned that quest in, a blizzard set in. I was freaking out, but it also set a really nice tone for the Freezing Napalm quest. So, I wish that would have happened during part 50. But either way, remember how Melia was Miss Beauty, Miss Grace, Miss United States? Well, I hate to break it to her, but Shulk was actually the first.
Sorry.
It's okay, my son. It happens to the best of us. Becoming Miss United States happens to the best of us. Quite literally. But immediately after that happened, the game froze at the 2 hour, 8 minute mark. Yeah, not fun. But it's okay, because after I reloaded and started up Dunban's skill branch tree quest line again, yeah, the Frost class was a huge troll, interrupted me in the middle of my jump, actually took away my jump input, and forced me to miss the jump. I still can't believe that happened. I'm so salty. But either way, I never actually showed off what Valak Mountain looks like when you disable the fog. And I gotta say, Valak Mountain nighttime, with the fog taken away, could almost pass as like an alternate Valak Mountain daytime. Like, it's so pretty. Just the blue, green, teal, and the like really bright yellows of the land and stuff. It's like an alternate Earthsea, and it's so pretty. But thanks to Dave, I am thankfully having my bacon saved by trading with Grouth, because what I forgot is that he actually carries, if you overtrade by about 6,000 or so, Mumkar's Razor. So let's read that real quick. Trims even the toughest bristles, buzzes like electric clippers. So, you know, pretty fitting for a Mumkar item. I'll call it a hunch. I feel like there's no canonical explanation for why Grouth is holding on to these. I mean, I don't know, maybe it was like foraging around the snow and just happened across them. I find that kind of unlikely though. I think it's more just meant to be an Easter egg. And again, huge shout out to Dave for pointing that out to me, because otherwise I thought a different Hyente was holding onto them, so I totally would have gone over them, or totally would have missed them, I should say. So either way though, kind of exploring Valak Mountain with the free roam camera. It's really cool. If you look at Valak Mountain, when you're not actually on Valak Mountain, like from, you know, from a different position on Guy-ness itself, you'll notice that a lot of these appendages, a lot of the horns coming out of the horn, or horns coming out of the horn, horns coming out of the arm and stuff, do actually fit in with this area's design, which is really, really neat to me. The only thing that's kind of weird is that this is one of the few areas where Mechonis is nowhere in sight. It's not rendered anywhere. So, I don't know, just kind of weird, but pretty unique to Valak Mountain. I also like these ring things that you can literally never see unless you disable the fog. And also, I like the fact that the clouds themselves are ring-esque and rotate around the arm itself. I don't know, it's a really neat little touch, and it makes me wonder if that would actually realistically happen, considering how cold this place is compared to other areas. And by honest, if maybe there would be weird air currents and that kind of stuff just naturally forming because of this like drastic shift in temperature and climate compared to the rest of the Guy-ness's body. I don't know. Do I look like I'm a meteorologist? I mean, actually, probably. I got the chubby cheeks for it. Am I calling all meteorologists chubby? I guess I am. Wow, forgive. So, anyway, that's gonna be it for the day. Thank you all so much for watching me play. I apologize, you know, not a whole lot to show off. Really, I just made this video purely so I could show off that beginning fight with Shulk, Dunban, and Ricky. But still, I have like 6 hours of part 50 footage that went unused, so I wanted to make something out of it. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode where we are in actually Sword Valley, because I can words never the time are words to be. Yeah.